If you're going to run electric fence on your farm using high tensile smooth wire, I'm going to show you the recommended way to terminate at a corner and the proper way to jump to that next fence direction to continue carrying your current from your fence charger. This is your corner post. You're going to terminate here. You're not going to continue on around to the next corner post for two reasons. One, you need to be able to isolate your electric fence problems, and you can do that if you'll terminate at the corners, because then you can unhook this strand from this strand or this section and determine, is that the section that has the problem? If you continue on with these, you can't do that. The other reason is tension. When you're running these strands and you're pulling it from that spinning jenny or whatever you're using, and you come around this post, the more you pull, the more tension there's going to be. And if you're on leased land and you're turning that back over to the owner, it's much easier to roll these strands up if you haven't gone around this corner to the next corner. That's going to be a lot of tension if you end up going around a post to another post. But my primary reason for terminating at your corner post is to isolate your electric fence problems. What you're going to do when you terminate here is connect this to this and this to this. Now, if one of those is a ground, you're not going to do that. You may end up going from here all the way to here and not touching that ground wire right there. Perfectly fine. Then you're going to attach one section to the other section with one jumper. You're going to go from here to here. You can do it however you want. You can go from here to here. You can come this way. It does not matter. You're just attaching this section and this section with one jumper. And then when you have an electric fence problem, you're trying to narrow it down, you unhook your jumper and you can test each section one at a time to find out where your problem is. If you hook all these together and you go around this corner to the next one, you're not going to be able to do that. It's going to be tough for you to find your problems when your fence isn't as hot as you want it to be. One more thing, if this is going to be your ground wire and you've got that hooked into a ground rod somewhere and back to your fence charger, you also have to jump these two, ground to ground. That needs to continue on. You don't necessarily have to unhook that one when you're testing your fence, but if you had to, you could. And that's where I was recording this video with my dog Drake taking a nap.